Hi, it's Lipstick Al. Thanks so much for watching today. It's time for a makeup roundup, but this one is just lip products. Let's just start with this is the bin of the products we're going through. There's more than 20 in here. Some of them are multiples of the same formula. That'll go real quick. The other thing is I was hoping that after my lipstick declutters, and I will link the playlist for you here as well as in the description bar down below, I was hoping that it would remind me that there is no way I'm ever going to be able to finish the lip products before they go bad, so maybe slow down the purchasing. Apparently not. Apparently not. All right, I'm gonna start first with lip balms. I love a lip balm. On the days that I'm not wearing any makeup, there is still something on my lips. Always gonna be something on my lips. It's gonna be a lip balm, a chapstick, a lip sleeping mask. I never have naked lips. Never. I am trying to finish up the last of the balm.coms that I have from Glossier. They changed their formula in January or early February. When they finally were in Sephora, they went from their original formula to a vegan formula, which took out beeswax and lanolin, and I felt them in store and I was like, no. They're a lot thinner, they're a lot oilier. They felt a little on the sticky side. So I've been kind of looking for a new lip balm, and I had this one on my radar for a while. I did a video, and I will link it for you here, a full face of Make Beauty. And when I was on their website, I was looking mainly at makeup. And then I was like, but you know what? They have skincare. And one of the products they have is this. This is their Pink Matter multi-purpose lip balm. Okay, this has been nice. This has been nice. First of all, this is not, I don't feel like this is, you could put it in your purse, you could put it in your pocket, but she's chunky, okay? It's a glass, frosted glass container. It's got a nice plastic lid on it. Feels very heavy duty, but this is so nice. So I think it looks more pink, like on the skin, it's definitely sheer. But this is the perfect amount of hydrating to instantly hydrate. You could layer it up, make it a little bit thicker. My favorite thing to do is to put this on, like, okay, out of the shower, I have my skincare on, before I start drying my hair or choosing what I'm wearing. This I think of as part of my skincare because I've been putting this on my lips, a real thin layer, just to make sure that straight out of the shower, my lips aren't naked and don't start to dry out. This has been really nice. It's super hydrating, very comfortable, but it's not too emollient. It's not too slippy. Before I put on this red lipstick, I put on the thinnest Whisper Light layer of this, just to make sure that as I was putting my lipstick on, my lip liner and then the lipstick, it wouldn't end up looking dry. This is a really good product. Right now, I think I would probably continue to pick this up just for general use. I don't know that it's going to replace my balm.com because it's more expensive, but it is a really nice product, and you're getting almost a half an ounce, 0.47 ounces in this. So let's just call it half an ounce, but this has been nice. While I was shopping on Make's website, I also picked this up. This is the Lip Reset. This is like their answer to Laneige's Lip Sleeping Mask. This is a very different formula. You see how much glossier it is? The other thing is it has a little bit of a pull to it. Do you see? The other one is a lot thinner. This one is very glossy, very shiny, but as you can see, the layer of it is a little bit thicker, where this one's a little bit thinner. Now, if I were to thin this out, you would still see the difference. This one it's just glossier. And what I've noticed is I do have the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, which is kind of like my go-to for nighttime. I really love that product. This one's really nice. I've been trying other products over the course of several months to try and find something that's going to work. I think this is good. When I wake up in the morning after having put this on, my lips are soft, but I don't have any lip product left. I think that if I were to sleep a little bit longer, let's say I was sick, I'm sleeping 12 hours a night because I was taking cough medicine, I think there's a good chance I'd wake up and my lips would be dry. I really do. And I think it's just because this is not as heavy and occlusive as the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and also because it is not as occlusive as, like, say, a layer of Aquaphor or something else. This is definitely more lightweight. It's talked about as a lip mask, but they say you can use it any time of the day. If you want a glossier option to the Pink Matter, this is nice. I think that between the two, if I had to repurchase, I don't know that this is giving me the occlusive nighttime layer that I would like. I'd go for this and know that I'm not using it at night. I'm just using it on days when I'm not wearing makeup, or at the end of the day and my lipstick is all gone but my lips are dry. I would reach for this before this. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying I'm not gonna use it. I'm just saying I don't know that this is an instant repurchase for me. Now, what was an instant repurchase for me from Make was this. I picked up, when I did that video for Make, one of their Serum Balm Intense. I initially came home with this shade here. This is Anti-Gravity. Love this. So if you're not familiar with this formula, this started out first as a sheer option. They have, let me find it. I have a mini of their original Serum Balm. This comes in shades, but I don't know, shades. It's really sheer, really sheer. This is the shade Nude Nova in the original Serum Balm. The Serum Balm Intense definitely has more color. So these were two that I already had, but I like this formula. I like the way this feels on the lips. I like the way this makes my lips feel. It's like pillowy, it's cushiony, it's not slippy, it's not greasy. It feels like bubble wrap for my lips, and I love it so much. I was using this shade in Anti-Gravity all winter long, like apply, reapply, and I was like, you know what? While I'm picking these guys up, I'm gonna grab another one. The shade I ended up with was Magnetic Mauve. This is a much cooler tone, and I thought between the two, if I had a cool tone and a warm tone, so Magnetic Mauve is below. What I found out interesting about this shade, if I put it on too heavy, it looks really purple. But when I put it over my natural lip color and it looks like this, it looks like a really pretty, like my lips, but better. I like these. I like these so much. I was on the verge of picking up the one that's brighter, a little punchier, a little more on the red side. And someone told me that when they've tried it, since they're in their early 50s, they find that it kind of goes outside of their lip line. And this is not a product I want to wear a lip liner with. I want to be able to throw it on without a mirror and go. And I think that these two shades, as long as I don't make them too heavy, like this shade here is super pretty, and I like the one I already have. I liked it enough that I got another. Definitely recommend. And if you don't want something that is this pigmented, the regular Serum Balms, this is a mini size, is fantastic. So if we're thinking lip balm or lip treatments, I do like all the ones from Make. These are the ones I would repurchase. I think it was March when I picked up some of the House of Sillage balms. Now these are like a sheer balm that is hydrating but not glossy. Here are the two shades that I got. This one here is the shade Royal. This is Lucent. You can see that they're not terribly shiny or reflective. They are easy to just reapply with Wild Abandon. I don't need a mirror for either of these. This one here looks like it's more of a neutral, but when I get it on the lips, it pulls a little pink. And I don't know if that's because of the base color that my lips are, and that is showing through because these are very sheer and lightweight. I'll just tell you, I haven't really been reaching for these. I think part of it is, although I love this bow holder case, and when I put something in here, if I remember to take it with me, I try and be really careful because, I mean, come on, how pretty is this? It's enamel, it has Swarovski crystals on it, but I don't just drop it this way into my purse. I put it in this little guy here and take it this way, and it has a mirror in it and all of that, but the truth is it becomes kind of like a bulky situation. When I don't have one of them in the bowl holder, I do keep them in these little, you know, silver cases that they come in, but you can't actually just twist it up from here. You have to take it out and you have to twist it up from here. And I find that it's a little too cumbersome to get me to the point where I'm using these. I think this is bad, but I did it. House of Sillage was having a sale where you get a lipstick and a bow holder case for $65, and I ordered a red one. I shouldn't have. And I was like, maybe I'll use these guys more if I already have two of them loaded up. The truth is, I think it was just a good deal and they're really pretty. But I really haven't been using these balms. I think they're good. I don't really feel like I'm getting a ton of like hydration from these. They keep my lips in their original state. So if my lips were in good condition at the beginning of the day, if I keep these on all day, at the end of the day, they're going to be in good condition. If they were kind of like crusty and dry and flaky, guess who's still dry and flaky at the end of the day? These are good products, but I don't know that you have to have them. If you already have a House of Sillage bow holder and you really like taking the time to swap out the shades, I think you could like those. And I don't think it was a good idea, but I did it. I bought an extra lipstick and a bow case, and it should be here soon. Heading out of lip balms and kind of into gloss territory, this one kind of falls in the middle. This is the Ami Collet Lip Treatment Oil. This is the shade Excellence. I was worried this shade would be too brown. This shade is gorgeous. All right, so, I guess you could have seen before I pulled it out, but I have been using this. I've only had this for about a week and a half, but I really like it. You can't really see it here. This is the shade Excellence. It's so pretty on the lips. Do you see how the doe foot is, first of all, giant and chunky, but it has kind of like these ridges in it? I feel like that really grabs onto the product. I feel like the size of the doe foot is great for quick application, but this is one of those that if I don't wipe off a little bit before I apply, just because it is so, it's almost like a self-leveling lip gloss, it can get too heavy. This is one I cannot just throw on with wild abandon. This is one where I have to carefully apply, share from my top lip to my bottom, kind of spread it out by smushing my lips together, because if I just keep applying from the doe foot, there is so much on there. It does what I don't like, which is to sink down in the corners, which is to string and pull. I don't like lip glosses that puddle. I don't like lip glosses that string. This one though is interesting because it is really nourishing on the lips, and you put it on and it lasts for hours because it is thicker, because it is kind of really, really nourishing. It feels good, but I can always tell when I'm getting like stuff stuck in the corners. So I end up, like wiping the corners out. And I don't like to have to babysit a lip gloss. I don't. They make my lips feel so good. And they actually improve the state of my lips. If I start out with dry lips at the beginning, they'll be nourished and like comfortable and like beautiful at the end of the day. This is really good. I like the lip treatment oil. Yes, this is a lip treatment. This is fantastic. And this shade in Excellence, man, she's so pretty. Love this. Now the other one that does what I don't love, and I can't understand why I keep, like, look, it's like half gone. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler Plumping Lip Gloss. This is the shade Cherry Vanilla. Another one that has a lot of product on it. And if I use all the product on here, game over. It's too much. These are not ones that I can apply with Wild Abandon, but they have this like really shiny, glossy, like almost self-leveling, like all of the lines in my lips are gone. My lips look amazing. But this one also strings and pulls. You can over apply this and it just looks goopy. If you're not gonna talk, you're just gonna be like, stick it on there. It's fantastic. It looks amazing. They both have that really glossy, super shiny look to them. But both of these, just remember that the applicator pulls out a little too much. If you have, lips that are fuller than mine that need a little bit more coverage, you're probably gonna think that it has the perfect amount. But for someone like me, I am losing volume in my lips, but I don't want anything to feel really heavy or sticky. This one's stickier than this. They're both really nourishing. At the end of the day, my lips feel amazing, but I love the shine, like that really glossy shine. And I'm willing to make sure that I don't over apply so I don't have to worry about puddling or stringing, but just know, gotta be careful with these, but I kind of think they're worth it. Here's one I was hoping I would get the hype. I was hoping, maybe I haven't caught the vision yet, let me know. And I used it like every day for a month. I mean, cause come on, halfway through. This is one of the plumping lip glosses from City Lips, the clear one. They had like a buy one, get one free. So I have an unopened tube sitting in a drawer somewhere. But this is a product that, sadly, I got the end of it. It's supposed to be clear. I didn't realize I still had a little bit of residual lipstick. But this is a clear gloss right here. To me, this is just a clear gloss. It does have a little bit of, when you put it on, your lips tingle a little bit. I can feel it a little bit, just like with this one, but it's very nominal. It's not like you're putting on the Too Faced Born This Way lip injection. No, they have a little bit of tingle to them, and they've said that you would see a visible plumping. I use it every day for a month, and sometimes like multiple times a day. Sometimes I slept in it at night. It's actually one of those that if you use it as like a lip sleeping mask at night, be careful because your hair will get stuck to it. If you have long hair, it'll stick to your pillowcase if you tend to move around a lot. But other than that, this actually kept my lips hydrated. This hangs out, but I didn't really see like a visible change in my lips. I wanted to, but I don't know that I have to have this again. Now, the glosses that I can't stop buying and I'm addicted to, and I have so many of them, are these guys. All right, so this is last year's tube of a limited edition summer shade from Beauty Pie. This is the shade Sun Hazed. Here's my new one. I got a trio pack of these when you could get them for $30 for 3. The price has gone up so much since I ordered these in early May. They're now $14 a piece. You cannot get a trio set of them together. Well, last I checked, they're just $14 a piece. That's a lot, but I love these. I am nearly done with this one. I take the stopper out. I scrape the sides down. There's very little at the bottom. This is gonna be done in a couple of days, but I love this. This shade Sun Hazed is so pretty. It's like the perfect like nude summer shade. Just enough, not too much. If you have a strong eye going on, this. If you want a no makeup look, this. I have been liking Naked Peach. This is I think a re-promote of another shade from last summer. Naked Peach is amazing. These are a lip gloss and a lip oil. I feel like they fall more on the gloss end of things. I love this formula. I've gone through probably 12 to 14 tubes of these glosses to this point. This is a new shade for this summer. I'm going to swatch it over here. This one's called Island Rose. And every single one of these has just a little bit of shimmer running through it. And as you can see, these guys are a little thicker. These guys are a little thinner. So these I can apply with wild abandon. You know, I come to a stop, waiting for the light to change, grab one out of my purse, throw it on without flipping down the mirror, without looking in the rear view mirror, just like go and then drive. Like these take no thought, no effort, and they make my lips feel better at the end of the day. I wish they weren't $14 a pop, but obviously I'm still buying them. Love these. And here are the other shades that aren't the summer shades that I have open and I'm using right now. Like, this formula is such a fave. Here's one that completely surprised me. It's not new, but I finally decided to start trying stuff from the drugstore. This is from Milani. This is the Fruit Fetish Lip Oil. Look, I am down to here. It might be hard to see it, but like this is where the line is. I've used up almost 2/3 of this. This is the shade Raspberry Peach. And if you didn't want to pay the $24 for the one from Lawless, this one I think is a good alternative. It's not as heavy or creamy. It's not quite the same shade, but it's still gonna give you that slightly peachy look. It tends to be thinner. The one from Lawless is really, really thick. But this I have been reaching for so much. And this is one that I don't need a mirror for. I can apply with wild abandon. I can pull it out of my pocket every 5 minutes if I want to and put some on, and it's not gonna puddle and it's not gonna string and it's not gonna goop, and my lips are gonna feel amazing. I feel like this is a really great affordable drugstore lip oil if you want something glossy and something pretty, if you like a really chunky doe foot, because I mean, come on. She's chunky. This one is actually really good. I don't know if you're familiar with the YouTuber Kackie. I'm gonna leave her screen name right here. She's one of my favorites. She and I are what she calls skin twins, where we wear the same shade of foundation. I love that. She also has a really interesting perspective when it comes to color theory. She loves really blushy cheeks, as do I. So it's really great for me to watch her, even though we're not the same age and our makeup aesthetics are different. It's great for me to hear what her opinion is. And she also likes to have what she calls like an encyclopedia type of collection where she has everything. She wants all the shades. So she keeps things to be able to swatch them for her audience, which I love. I don't want to have a collection that large, but she came out with a lip liner with Thrive. I don't know when this happened, but I kept seeing her pull it out and use it. And you would think that with all the lip products I have been purchasing, I would have purchased more than one lip liner. This is the Soul Lip Liner. This is the Thrive Cosmetics Lip Fuller Lip Liner. This is actually a beautiful lip, and it's the tone. This is the shade Kackie. And I picked this up when I was picking up one of their liquid lash extensions, mascaras. This has been great. Oh my goodness, this is because she and I wear the same shade of foundation in the Givenchy, in the Bosma, and like so many things. I feel like if it's gonna look good on her, there's a 90% chance it's gonna look good on me. And this tone of lip liner here has been beautiful. I don't just wear it on days when I'm wearing nude lips. I wear it when I'm wearing gloss. I wear it when I'm wearing balm and I want just a little definition kind of like in the corners and on the Cupid's bow. I wore it the other day with the red lip liner because what I didn't want to do is to like line my lips in red. I wanted to line my lips to have it look like my natural lip color. This is a little bit, I don't know, it leans a little bit on the tan side, but it's not too warm. It's so good. It's such a good lip liner color for me. Have really been liking. And it wears really well. It lasts, I don't know, I'd say about 6+ hours. Looks great. When I look back at all of my recent purchases, I realize most of these have been mid-range to like luxury purchases. And they haven't really been as affordable, but I did pick up a couple of affordable lipsticks from the drugstore. This one surprised me and I like it so much. This is from ColourPop. I cannot tell you the last time I picked up a ColourPop lip product. This is their blotted lip and this is the shade Melty. That is one swipe. One swipe. I love this. This is what I remember hearing was supposed to be a dupe for the Generation G blotted lipsticks from Glossier. This I think is so much better because I have one of the other ones from Glossier and I love the shade. This shade is a really pretty shade. It's a little bit pinker. This one here is the shade Fuzz. This is the shade Melty. And what I was looking for was something similar to this. I think you can see a difference here in the formulation, a little bit sheerer. You can see places where it kind of catches and skips. So I feel like the formulation of this is a little bit more elegant in appearance, but this is so much more comfortable to wear. I love this shade. I like the way it looks on my lips until my lips starting to get dried out. So no, this I can wear, my lips don't dry out. I don't know. I don't know. Now the reason I don't have a ton of ColourPop lip products anymore is because I felt like every single one of their lip products would get old within like 6 to 8 months. I used to have glosses, their satin liquid lipsticks, their lippy sticks, plus their luxe lips. Like I had a ton of stuff. I had a ton of blotted lips and there came a point where this whole thing kind of shrunk in here and fell out of the tube. Same thing with their lip liners, same thing with their lippy sticks. I just felt like they weren't made for somebody who has a collection. If you have one lipstick and you use it till it's gone, it's gonna be fine, but you're gonna burn through it quicker. But I'm so glad I retried this. I really like this formula and this shade Melty is so pretty. I love it. It's comfortable to wear all on its own, which is exactly what I was hoping that this guy would be. This is more expensive and it dries my lips out. I end up with like flaking lips, which I don't like. Now, here's one that didn't work for me at all. I really wanted to love it and it's this, the Revlon Color Stay Suede Ink Lipstick. All right, so this is a matte lipstick. It's supposed to be kind of budge proof. I have the shade Hot Girl. It's a really pretty shade. Slightly on the warm side, very easy to wear, very neutral. But guess who dries my lips out? Who makes them peel and flake? Who makes my lips feel tortured? I can't continue to reapply this because it starts catching in all the craggly spots. I don't know, maybe this is made for somebody. I feel like I take really good care of my lips. I'm forever putting a balm on them. They're never naked, they're always hydrated. But if I'm wearing a lipstick that sucks the life out of them, they can get a little bit unhappy. I did find that this formula stays on the lips pretty well. It does, like, I mean, it's matte. It doesn't have any shine to it. It's not really heavy matte. It is kind of, it looks pretty, but I think you'd have to have like, I don't know, cast iron lips that don't complain, lips that can take a beating. Mine can't. Mine, the older I get, the finickier they get. And I wanted to love this. This was not for me. Here's one that I was really curious about and I bought it and I've only used it a handful of times. And I think it's just because it's unremarkable. I'm glad I got it at a discount, but it's this. This is the Gwen Stefani Give makeup line, and this is the Anaheim Shine Cream Lipstick in the original recipe shade, which is like Gwen's classic red shade. Okay, so the color leans a little bit more of like a watermelon kind of red. has a little bit more pink in there. It is definitely on the cooler side. I think the color is nice. I just feel like this formula is just, it's okay. I got it for $7 at Marshall's. Not mad. Not mad at all. I think that had I paid the 20-something dollars for this when I was at Sephora last, I think I might have been miffed. And just because it doesn't feel like a 20-something dollar lipstick. It's not drying, it's not bad, it doesn't last forever. And I know it's the cream formula. I was worried the matte formula would make my lips look terrible and dry. I've always admired Gwen's passionate love for red lipstick. Your girl loves a red. But this one, I feel like I'm okay with it at the $7 price point that I got it for at Marshall's. But had I picked it up for the 20-something dollar price point that Sephora is selling it for, I would have been bummed. I was thinking, do I want the matte or do I want the cream? And I knew for sure I didn't want like the liquid lipstick or like the glossy stain, or like I didn't want any of the other things. I didn't really feel like Gwen was making lip products that would wear well on my, which is interesting because she's older than I am. She's in her early 50s. I'm 48 and a half. I don't know that anything other than this cream formula, the Anaheim Shine formula, would have worked for me. I think everything else would have made me look terrible. But it's okay. It's not bad. I just don't love it and I don't reach for it. This is a case of I fell in love with it and I enjoyed it so much I needed another. These are the lip and cheek stains from Kaja. Boy, these are so good. They're jelly, what are these called? The jelly charm, I forget what they're called, but they're the lip and cheek stains. Now, the first one I got is the shade in Fig Soda. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I know it looks like it's a little bit brown, but it has just a hint of berry. I liked it so much. I wanted one of the deeper shades, and I picked up the shade Glazed Mocha, which definitely is more brown. This is closer to like my lips, and this is a little bit darker, but so pretty. And when these are sheared out, they're lovely. Now, I have used them on the cheeks. I feel like you get a minute. It's easiest for me to put some of this on a palette because you can still see like a little bit where the outline here was of the swipe and like the edges here and here. If you want to use this as a blush, you can. Put it someplace else. I wouldn't say put it on the back of your hand because it's gonna stain. So I have like a little metal palette here. I put some on there and then I use my fingers and tap it in and it works just fine because I don't want to stain brushes either. But these I mostly use on my lips. Love them on my lips. I'm gonna wipe them off now and you'll see they do leave a stain behind. These are, I think, very similar in formula, very similar to the Rare tinted lip oils. I don't know that this is a lip oil. It feels more like a glossy lip stain. And I've never been somebody who loves like a lip stain because it always ends up like drying my lips out and hanging all the craggly patches. This formula and the one from Rare, these are hydrating and they're comfortable on the lips. But the ones from Rare are always sold out, so I couldn't get another shade of those, but I could get another shade of these. These are great. I love an easy glossy lip for summer. My favorite thing is that hybrid between a lipstick and a lip gloss, so I wanted to grab one of these. This is from Tarte. This is the Maracuja Juicy Plump. So this is the shade, I think, beige peach or peach beige. It had a sticker on it, but it fell off. This is beautiful. It has a little bit of tingling to it because it is a little bit plumping. Maybe more irritating. I don't know if it's really plumpy, but it's sheer. It's shiny. It's juicy. I don't use this with a lip liner. I suppose it'd probably go well with a Kackie lip liner, but I wear it like this. Sometimes if my lips are feeling a little bit dry and I'm wearing like a nude lipstick, I'll throw a little bit of this over the top. Lips are refreshed, happy to go. I really have been liking this. It is one of those that you click it up with a button at the bottom and you can't roll it down. So only click when you need it. I like this one. I just wish it wasn't quite this warm, but this has been nice and I have been using it. I don't know how I feel about this and I've had this for a while. This is the NARS Sensual Shine Lipstick and I have the shade Turned On. All right, you can see there's a lot of residual color on my hand here. I'm gonna do my best to get you a good swatch. But this is kind of like a glossy, sheer-ish lipstick. Like this is one swipe, this is multiple swipes. It has a little bit of brown to it. I feel like it's the perfect rosewood shade. If you like a rosewood, you'd like Turned On. In the lineup on the carousel at both Sephora and at Ulta, it's towards the end, so you might think it's really dark. I don't think it's too dark. I think it's just enough. And I feel like if you only go with one layer of it, it's gonna look really pretty on your lips. I like how it feels. I feel like towards the end of the day, I do see like a little bit of it coming out through the fine lines in my lips as I continue to reapply. Some of the color just kind of just a hair. I think this would look great and really precise if I were to use it with a lip liner, but it's not the sort of lipstick that I think it is. I think that this is more of like a casual, shiny, not too glossy, comfortable, and it is all of those things. I don't find that it's so slippy that it instantly travels and goes everywhere, but it is one of those that as you reapply throughout the day, by like hour 8, I do start seeing just little bits of it here, which is something really easy, like a little bit of, you know, the edge of my nail right at the edge of my lip can clean up. But maybe I need to use it with a lip liner. This is one of those where I feel like it's a good lipstick. I'm glad I have it, but I don't know that like if I finished it, would I go right out and buy another one? It's not one that I have to have another shade. If I wanted to try it, I'm glad I tried it, but it's not making me crave another. Like these guys made me crave another. The ones from Beauty Pie, I mean, I wanted like the ones from Make, these Serum Balms, like I needed another. I'm not sure that we're there with this, but she's not a bad lipstick. Mistake. Purely a mistake. I thought I was getting the Dior Velvet formula and I picked up one of the transfer proof. All right, so I picked this up shortly after the Sephora sale was over. I think it was early May. There was no more discount. I paid $45 for this, thinking I was getting this, which I wasn't, which I'll show you in a minute. This is actually a really pretty shade. This is the shade Forever Nude Style. I love it. I like how matte it is. But I've complained about this before. This formula and me don't get along. It's drying, makes my lips really dry at the end of the day. It starts to catch in all the craggles. It is very tacky. Even when it's like dried down, it's tacky enough that when my lips press together and they come apart, they have that kind of that, they're pulling, and they finally release. And sometimes color from the bottom will transfer to the top and I'll have a couple of bald patches or vice versa. And then the longer I wear it, I can tell where my lips are touching in the middle that the product there is collecting up on itself and I get like a little ridge. So I won't have any color far back on the lip, like right as it starts going onto the inside of my lip, but there'll be like a ridge farther forward where all the product will collect and I can feel this very definitive raised edge, which I don't like. I don't like the mouthfeel of this. It's also very fragranced. It's kind of like a powdery floral scent. I don't love. I thought I was returning this one because I was still within my window of returning. I had another one of these originally in a red and I just grabbed it because I thought it was the new one and it was the red one. I liked the shade of the red, which is 999 Dior Forever. I love that shade, but this formula and me don't get along. But what I do love, oh my goodness, I've been loving this. This is the Dior Velvet Lipstick. Now this is shade 100. It's not quite the same shade, but it's like my perfect nude. This one here is called Nude Look, sorry. My old eyes can't read, but this is beautiful. It's just nude enough. It's just beigey enough. It doesn't have kind of like the slightly kind of brown rose that's in here. This leans a little bit more on the mauvey brown side. This is definitely kind of like a tan or a, I don't know. This is like the perfect beigey nude lipstick. This feels amazing on the lips. Where this one here, the transfer proof formula can feel really dry and tacky. This one feels like you're putting on a cream lipstick. It just glides. It has a beautiful feeling to it. It also doesn't dry my lips out. I wish the transfer proof wouldn't dry my lips out. This one's amazing. It has a really soft, almost velvety look to the lips. But here's where I'll tell you, I get about 4.5 to 5 hours of wear. If I happen to be drinking from a straw, if I happen to be eating a meal, I am gonna get, of course, transfer to my fork, to my straw, to the edge of my coffee cup, but I don't feel like it ends up leaving a bald patch. If I eat a full-on meal, I do need to touch up, and I'm fine with that. This is not one of those where I can just pull down color from the Cupid's bow or from the bottom of my lower lip and kind of redistribute. I do need to actually just like put on another layer, but it reapplies over itself really well. If I'm not eating and I'm not snacking, this hangs tight for more than 6 hours. I really like this. I love how comfortable it is. This has been great. I picked up a couple of Gucci lipsticks during the Sephora sale. And one of the ones I was super curious about was their matte formula. These are also $45 lipsticks. This is the shade Peggy Taupe. Look at that. Amazing. Like the one from Dior, the Dior Velvet, this is a velvet matte. It glides. It doesn't tug. It's not dry. It feels comfortable on the lips. It feels like I'm putting on a cream lipstick. That's what it feels like. And I think that that's what you're getting from like the designer luxury name here. You're getting something that's really well formulated and feels good. This shade here in Peggy Taupe is exactly what I was hoping for. I do like more of a mauve leaning kind of nude, if you will, lip. It's definitely more on the pinky end of things, but I would much rather this than something that is more of a bright pink. I did pick up a red. I picked up the Gucci cream lipstick. This one is in the shade Red Oatly. It does look like it's pulling a little bit orange, but this is definitely a really pretty warm tomatoey red. It's not quite as pigmented as the one that I'm wearing today. This is the Anita Rouge from Natasha Denona, but this is a great summer lipstick. I have been wearing this one quite a bit. This has kind of been like my default red because it's easy, it's creamy, it glides with no problem. This does kind of travel a little bit. It has more oils and butters. It doesn't have the same matte formula, so this stays really well all day. This one tends to, after about 3 or 4 hours, I have to make sure that it's not like kind of coming out in the lines around the edge of my lip. This is better when I use a lip liner with it. And this is the one, the red, that I've been using like my Kackie lip liner with, where I'll just quickly outline my lips, throw this on, and it kind of keeps a barrier in, but it doesn't make my lips look like, here's red lip liner. This has been a beautiful shade, but definitely I change the way I apply my lipstick the older I get and the more of those fine lines I have. But these Gucci lipsticks, they smell like Gucci makeup. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it's definitely a floral. I feel like the ones from Dior have a powdery floral. These have a little bit of a powdery floral, but the Dior lipsticks have a stronger scent. These are slightly less scented, but they still are scented. If you don't like a scent in your lipsticks, avoid both of those. This Armani Lip Power Formula is one I've been wanting to try, and I just hadn't. And again, another $45 lipstick that your girl paid full price for. I got this after the Sephora sale was over, but I was like, but I want to know. Here it is right here. It's so pretty. It's a nude, but it has just a hint of pink in it. This is the shade 109. This is gorgeous. Now, this is obviously a creamy lipstick. This is one that me and my Kackie lip liner, been pairing these up, have been great. Trying to make sure I was remembering correctly. This does not have a discernible lipstick scent like the ones from Dior and Gucci are very scented. This is definitely more like if you're smelling anything, you're smelling ingredients. But it is beautiful. You see how shiny it is? It's really fantastic. The one thing I like about it is that it nourishes my lips, but I don't find that it kind of goes everywhere. This is one that I can, wear without a lip liner, and it makes my lips feel good. It feels like it is hydrating my lips at the same time. It's not just keeping them in whatever state they were in before I put the lipstick on, but I do get some nourishment out of this formula, and it's just really pretty. I like that it's a very kind of full coverage pigment. You can't see any of my natural lip color. This is like a pigmented lip formula, and I do like it a lot. I initially tried this lipstick last fall, and I got a red, and I loved it. Loved it. And I liked it so much, I just picked up 2 more. I've been kind of having a nude lipstick moment, and I was like, you know what? I do want to get 2 more. So I ordered these from YSL. They were having a buy one, get one. And I was like, they're $45, and all I have to do is buy one and pay for shipping. Yes, I love this formula. So this is the Rouge Pure Couture, the Bold. So this is very similar. I think that they have a lot of similar colors between the original Pure Couture, which comes in the like total gold package. The Bold ones have the black with the raised embossed YSL here. But these have been amazing. I love. So one swipe of these, let me just like, boom. This is great. This right here is the shade 1968. I did get the shade 10. This is a much warmer kind of nude. This one here is 1968 Nude Statement. This one here is shade number 10, Brazen Nude. Brazen Nude tends to run a little bit more on the terracotta warm side of things. This one here is definitely kind of like a nude with a bit of a pink lean to it. I love this formula. Love this formula. I originally picked it up in my favorite YSL shade, which is just 01. Like the red. It's a beautiful, beautiful red. I love this lipstick. And I've used it so much, but you don't need a lot because like you get full pigment in one swipe. This is one formula because I fell in love with it here and wanted more. And when I saw the buy one, get one, I was like, done. This is definitely, if you're looking for a luxury, highly pigmented lipstick, I recommend these. I wish they had more shades. Their original Pure Couture line that comes in the gold case, I think they have more of those. I want them to extend this bold range because these are beautiful. I find that when I wear these, with the exception of the red needs a lip liner because she's a very punchy shade. But these guys I've been wearing without lip liners or pairing them with a Kackie lip liner and they've been fine. But these I feel are great. I can wear these and drink a cup of coffee. And yes, there will be transfer to the mug rim, but guess what? It doesn't look like I've lost any here. They're still shiny, they're still comfortable. I love this formula. I love this formula. This is like one of those formulas where I feel like I would want all of the ones that suit like my makeup aesthetic or that would look good on my skin tone. I could just see myself continuing to buy these YSL lipsticks. I love YSL lipsticks. All right. Oh, you get me talking about my favorite topic and I can't be brief. I'm so sorry. I meant to be. But there was a lot of lip products here. Thank you so much for watching today. I would love to know when you're looking for a lip product, are you going drugstore, high-end, or luxury? What's calling to you right now? Also, what type of formulas are you looking for? Are you looking for something that's sheer and lightweight and nourishing? Are you looking for a gloss? Are you more of a cream or a matte lipstick person? Obviously, I say yes to everything, but let me know what your favorites are in the description box down below or the new releases that make you kind of going, maybe. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you again soon.